Hey guys, Gore here. In case you've been living under a rock these past few days, Squad just released their new living roadmap with content and gameplay changes going all the way out to 2021. These gameplay and content updates will have huge implications on meta shifts within Squad. If you know me, you know I love to play boots on the ground infantry games, so today we're going to go through the roadmap, just touching on the updates that will affect infantry gameplay within Squad. Starting from the top, with the Beta 20 update we've already received, we saw an adjustment to the auto rearm of bandages. Now, when one bandage is used in a life before giving up, you only have one bandage upon respawning. This change amplified the importance of having continuous logistics to keep fobs resupplied, as well as the importance of having both medic classes taken in large infantry squads and the use of at least one rifleman. Moving into the next update for Squad, Beta 21. In B21, we see the changes to the rally point system, making it an inventory item. If we speculate on this, rallies becoming an inventory item might imply that they will have a resupply cost, putting even more importance on constant logistics runs. Another possibility is that with rallies becoming an inventory item, we could see the introduction of a system where rallies must be built up like a hab or fortifications. And with that, we could see that enemy rallies may no longer be destroyed via proximity, but will instead need to be damaged or dug down to be destroyed, much like the system used in Postscriptum. With the current system, it can be difficult to tell when you've taken down an enemy rally and can leave you unsure if you're safe to move on to a new objective. Also coming in B21 is an adjustment to the speed of infantry. In the roadmap, it is specified as a slight reduction in movement speed. As a whole, I believe a reduction in movement speed will help detract away from the meat grinder state that Squad has gotten to. On top of the changes to the rally system, I think we'll start to see a larger focus on using transport trucks, armored personnel carriers, and helicopters to more safely and efficiently move infantry to the next objective instead of whole squads hoofing it and hoping their rally survives until a fob can be placed. Gone could be the days of the lone wolfing sapper kit taking down all the enemy fobs. In Beta 21, a fob bleed-out system is being introduced to improve the survivability of fobs, especially against lone infiltrators. With this, we could see a lot fewer friendly fobs being picked off one by one as your team moves on to the next objectives. Hopefully, this change will incentivize squads to stay together more instead of going off on their own with the mission of fob hunting. This past month, we saw the first live testing of 100-player servers, and that we can see that they will continue the testing process. We can only speculate on whether the increased player counts, if more armor will be also added. If not, we could see a shift away from the vehicle-dominated games. Coming in Beta 22, we have a couple of huge changes. The first of which is the fire team lead improvements. They will now be able to place fortifications like a squad leader. This is going to free up a lot of responsibilities of squad leaders since they'll be able to focus on the big picture rather than running around placing sandbags. As the roadmap specifically says, fortifications, I believe that habs, ammo crates, and repair stations being placed will still be exclusive to squad leaders. Also, an option will be added to auto-assign players to a fire team upon joining the squad. With this new importance set on fire team leads, could we possibly see the implementation of a fire team voice channel? And just as a quick disclaimer, they have put in the roadmap that the FTL changes could be delayed, so we'll have to wait and see. In Beta 22, we also have a spawn change coming to habs, where upon completion of building the hab, there will be a delay before friendlies can spawn. Also now, when enemies are disabling the hab by proximity, and then they are subsequently eliminated or move out of the disabling radius, there will be a delay before friendlies can spawn on the hab again. I am interested to see how this change, in conjunction with the fob bleed-out system, will affect the difficulty of taking out an enemy fob. Finally, for B22 changes that will affect infantry gameplay, we have the change to the capture mechanic. This new change will alter the speed at which flags are captured based off how many players are on the objective. While this change makes a lot of sense, I think it will have some negative implications as well. If you frequent this game, you know that sometimes servers get stacked and the games become steamroll after steamroll. The saving grace in these games is sometimes the overconfidence of the better team all moving on to the new objective, allowing a small squad on the receiving end to sneak around and capture the defense point, sometimes allowing the losing team to get back into the fight. With these changes, the punishment for not allocating assets properly to both the attack and defense will have grave consequences. At the end of the day, this change will invoke a lot more communication between squads and will increase the need for team play, which is more of what Squad needs. Coming in Q4 of this year comes the 1.1 update, hinting at the fact that we could be seeing the official release of Squad in 2020. With this update, we get our very first new standalone weapon added with the Mosin Nagant bolt-action rifle. There is no indication which factions will be getting the Mosin. We can only speculate that the insurgents are the most likely candidate, with the irregular militia possibly getting it as well. In the picture, they have both the scoped and iron sight variants, meaning that the scoped version could be reserved for the marksman class, while the iron sight variant could be replacing some of the AKs and SKSs found on some of the other kits. With the only other bolt action in squad, the C14 Timberwolf, being a one-shot kill to the body, I'm guessing the Mosin will also be a one-shot kill to the body. If it is a one-shot kill weapon, I can see the scoped variant being limited to 2 or 3 per team instead of 1 per squad with 5 or more people. The Op4 factions have long since been underpowered compared to the Blue 4 factions, so hopefully, with the introduction of a powerful long-range weapon, it will help bring them in line with the rest. The other change coming at the end of September is the reintroduction of Dead. If you're new to squad, you may have never heard of this mechanic, so I'll give it a brief overview. If after 60 seconds of being revived the second time in a life, you were killed again, you would be dead, meaning you could no longer be revived and were sent back to the spawn screen. This reintroduction has been long wished for by a large portion of the squad community. With it, the pacing of the game will slow down drastically as you no longer will be revived again and again. This will also help detract from the meat grinder gameplay that squad has become. Version 1.2, coming at the end of October, doesn't have anything at face value that will change the infantry meta and gameplay, so we'll move on to version 1.3 coming in mid-December. Within version 1.3, we have the addition of 2 new transport and insertion methods for infantry. These being the amphibious vehicles and the introduction of fast roping from helicopters. Both of these will allow for infantry to get into the fight quicker and allow for the use of new tactics for attacking objectives. Well guys, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments down below how you think these changes will shift the meta and gameplay. Will we see a drastic change in the pacing of the game? Will we see a move in the right direction of more team-oriented play? Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, I'm out.